You are listening to the Intelligent Vocalist Podcast, episode 175.
Welcome to the Intelligent Vocalist with John Henny. This is the podcast dedicated to help you be a smarter, better, more informed singer. And now, your host for the Intelligent Vocalist, John Henny.
Hey there, this is John Henny. Welcome back to another episode of The Intelligent Vocalist. I do so appreciate you spending your precious listening time with me. Today I want to talk about focusing on sensation and the need to catalog sensation. When we are singing, when we are practicing, it's easy to get overwhelmed with the information that is coming into us, and also with the information we're attempting to send to our voice. Very often, we're so focused on singing in pitch, which is obviously important, not cracking, trying to stay in balance, not straining, that we often overlook one of the most critical parts of singing, which is the cataloging of sensation. We are human beings wrapped around our instrument. Our instrument is part of us, and the feedback that we get from our instrument is vital in being able to control this instrument. A fixed instrument outside of ourselves is a completely different animal. We are using muscles that we have conscious control and conscious awareness of. Asking you to wiggle your fingers is very easy for you to do. You're very aware of them. You can see them. You can feel them. But if I ask you to flex your cricothyroid muscles, that may stump you a bit. You're not going to have conscious awareness of them. You're not going to feel them. Our interaction with the voice is very, very different. And we are also faced with what Ken Bozeman terms as false kinesthesia, which is the sensations that we get from the voice are misleading. If I asked you this idea of open throat, which sound feels more open in your throat? Ooh or E? Say those both. Ooh, E. Likely, the ooh feels like the throat is more open, and the E feels a little more closed. But actually, your throat is more open on the E as the tongue moves away and forward in your mouth. And ooh, the tongue is very far back, and there's a little more constriction in that throat area. But it doesn't feel that way. When you're singing higher notes, the sensation feedback from your body to your body diminishes. A middle C, you're going to get a lot of sensation as your body absorbs the frequencies, as your body absorbs the sound waves. Our nervous systems are very sensitive, but as we go higher, we become less and less sensitive to those vibrations, and they feel as if they are disappearing. So all this false kinesthesia is something we have to deal with. It's a reality of our instrument. But what we need to do is catalog what these sensations are. And you can't catalog someone else's sensations. I think reading about singing is important, listening to what others experience, really expanding your understanding of the instrument is vital. But how people process the sensations are likely to be different than yours. So what you need to do is catalog how you experience the voice. When I work with singers and I'm working them in registration, from chest voice to their mix or passaggio into their head voice, when they do it correctly, I will often ask them, how does that feel? Or what does that feel like? And I accept whatever explanation they give me. Now, the explanations tend to be somewhat similar, but there is variation from singer to singer. And some singers don't have a lot of mind-body awareness. It's often in the beginning. When I was first singing, I had almost zero. My awareness of the voice was so poor, and my awareness of shades of vowels, it was ridiculous. And I would do something for my teacher, and he would say, no, 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 yes. Did you feel that? And I honestly didn't. I couldn't tell the difference. But over time, by him forcing me or asking me to be aware, that awareness did develop. And what I'm suggesting is that you take time to develop this awareness in yourself. Now, it can be difficult when you are running scales and running exercises, when you're in a lesson or you're practicing to a recording of a lesson, or maybe it's an online course that you have. There's so many things going on, and there are so many things to worry about and focus on that sensation often gets missed, or we just have a vague awareness of it. But the reason that you really want to develop a vivid awareness is to create proper anticipation. This idea of pre-phonatory tuning, of pre-phonation, before you make a sound, you tune or adjust the voice, is so key for us. And the only way that you can really get good at pre-phonatory tuning, in other words, you adjust this note before you sing it so that you're not hitting a note and then trying to fix it. When you sing that note, the moment you start singing, you're in tune, everything's balanced, because if it starts off poor, it's really hard to get yourself into the right place. So this awareness of sensation is going to make pre-phonatory tuning so much easier, and it's going to increase your command of this skill. Essentially, what we do is we mentally form this note in its entirety, and those instructions are sent through the nervous system to the muscles of the vocal folds and adjusting your resonators before you sing the note. And within those very strong thoughts that we have to create, the anticipation of sensation is important. Now, I suggest practicing sensation awareness, cataloging sensations. I suggest you do this on its own, that you focus a portion of your practice session to just experiencing and cataloging sensation. And don't make this a long, protracted effort. This is something that's really going to build over time. You certainly can't do all of this in a day or a week, but you can start off in your chest voice, just taking a nice, bright ah vowel and focusing it on a single note and really asking yourself what you feel. Let your awareness be really open and wide. What are you experiencing? What is that event? And then you can do a short little scale and see how that event changes. Not even leaving your chest voice, but each note in your chest voice, although the changes are much more subtle than as you get higher in your range, each note's going to be a little different. And what are those differences? And then another day you can do it on a more closed vowel, like an ooh. How is that different? What happens is you start to go up the ooh. And you can begin to build that for different vowels, different colors, different intensity levels, different parts of your voice. And something I suggest that you do in order to prepare yourself for this is just practicing a little bit of meditation. And you don't have to do anything serious, but when you can get yourself alone and quiet, just go ahead, close your eyes, and just take a few deep breaths and see where you experience the sensation of the breath. Is it in the tip of your nose? Do you feel your chest rising and falling? Do you feel it deeper in the abdomen? And just pay attention to those sensations. And then open your awareness to all the sensations in your body. And you can just feel your body as this shifting experience of energy, of vibration. And you'll feel cold and warm and pressure, all these different things. Now, if you just allow your mind to relax, you will notice that you're not picking the next thing that you feel. It's just going to show up in your awareness. And you may jump from feeling your toes to the back of your head, to your shoulders, to your fingers. Just allow your awareness to accept these changing sensations. And don't judge them. Don't try and direct it. Don't try and force it. Just grow your awareness. And then make a sound. Sing an ooh. And allow your awareness to experience that event. Don't judge it. Don't try and tell yourself, oh, I need to feel what's going on in the head or going on in the throat, or I need to feel support. Just allow your mind to accept, to experience and accept. And just change the vowel and see what happens. Don't really try and sing. Don't do a vocal exercises. We want this to be really, really simple. We want to just keep building this sense of awareness. And then after you do that, maybe even just write down in a journal what you experienced, where you tend to feel the voice, what that is like. And then as you do that, I suggest doing this for just a few minutes every day. But that is going to build your awareness. That is going to build your ability to catalog these sensations. And once these sensations start to become more profound in your awareness, you can start to practice pre-phonatory tuning. Think of the notes that you're going to sing and think of the sensations that accompany that note, that vowel. Really create that in your mind and then sing the note and see if the note doesn't just sit into your predetermined experience of that note, your mental experience of that note. See if it matches. The more it matches, the better you are getting at pre-phonatory tuning. So that when you go to perform and the nerves that are there before that first note, you're not going to be as worried because you will know that you can create this in your mind the split second before you sing it, and then the experience is just what you created. This goes a long way to increasing your confidence and your ability. So just to recap, to catalog these sensations, don't do them on quick scales. Don't do this while you're in the heat of practice. Take a moment, isolate some sounds. Don't start off with difficult sounds, but isolate and really start to catalog the sensations. And as you do this, you're going to really be able to mentally create all different vowel sounds in chest, in mix, in head voice, in belt, in falsetto. You'll know what this experience is. And it's not that you just go by sensation before you go for the note. There's also what it sounds like. You're creating that in your mind. Obviously, the idea of pitch, intensity, all of those, it all kind of comes together. And it's not that we run through a mental checklist of each of them, but in that moment before we sing, all of those come together to make the experience very, very vivid. And when it's very vivid and strong, then you're sending really good thoughts through the nervous system to your voice so that you can just nail every note that you're going to sing. Hey, if you want to know more about me, please visit my website, johnhenny.com. Be sure to sign up for my free straw warm-up course. You can see it right there on the front page, as well as my free piano course for voice teachers. I've made that course free during these rather crazy times. I think that is the best descriptor. Everyone just seems to be calling this crazy time. So yes, during crazy time of the pandemic, you can get my piano course for free. It's also very helpful for singers as well. And until next time, to better singing. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.